Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About House. I'm Todd.
I'm Oana.
Okay, we are wrapping up the end of the year,
Woohoo.
late December.
Woohoo.
I went back I flipped over from the raw silk back to the traditional jacket because this is serious business we're going to talk about today.
Well, and I decided to match you. I'm in the blue family now.
You're in the bluish family.
Yes.
So now that we're in sync here, we're actually going to go out of sync because what we're going to do is we're going to give our individual real estate predictions for 2024. Now we have 13 different categories we're going to make predictions in. And then what we're going to do is at the end of 2024, we're going to go back and show this video, and then we're going to talk about what happened. So that'll kind of be a long video.
Okay.
And then we'll actually see if we were right.
We'll see. So, oh, by the way, put something in the comments. Do you like this camera height? Because we changed it. Somebody made a comment about lowering the camera height, so we've done that. So
Yeah.
let us know if this looks better for you, okay?
Yeah, okay.
If we look younger, if we look prettier.
More hair, yada, yada. All right, here we go. Now what we'll do is, on the odd ones, Oana will put her guess first. On the even ones, I'll do...
Oh, now I got to keep track of that. Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm going to tell you. Okay? You don't have to keep track of anything. I'm going to just read down the list. Okay. Now, we did not coordinate these, so Oana on all these is actually, she doesn't know. I went through the list.
I know nothing, which is pretty typical.
Pretty typical. Okay, real estate predictions for 2024. You have the first one.
Okay.
Your prediction, nationally and Vegas, you could do them separately. Home prices, up or down?
Up.
So is that for both?
Yes, up for both. That was 2 thumbs. To count
Okay.
1, 2.
All right.
So both of them are going to go up. Do you want me to give you...
Super quick summary, because we have 13 to go through.
Okay, super quick. Interest rates down. Prices will go up because sellers want to keep the buyer's payments about the same because they see profit in there. Builders have said the same thing, that they're going to raise their prices.
Right.
Sellers that we're talking with are going to raise their prices. That's it. Go.
Yeah, I say up both as well. Look, 2023, the only market that had year-over-year price decline was Austin. Mm-hmm. Of the top 50 metros. In 2024, I think it's to be a better year. Right. 2024 will be better than 2023. So I say home prices will be higher both nationally and Vegas. Mm-hmm. Okay, will mortgage rates be higher or lower? I say they're going to be lower because the Fed has already indicated there'll be 2 or 3 rate cuts next year, and there'll be a lot less uncertainty in the economy next year, which will change with that 3% yield, that 3% split that we have between the 10-year treasury rate and the 30-year mortgage is going to go down to like 1.5. So we're going to probably see 2.5% lower interest mortgage rates next year than we saw this year.
Right. So you're guessing that interest rates are going to settle down around like 5.5 next year?
High fives.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
So you agree with that?
Yep.
You're not copying me, are you?
No.
Okay. All right. This one's yours. Will there be more or less home sales? Total.
Okay, so there will be more total home sales, which means more properties will turn.
Okay, I agree.
And the reason for that is because home builders will build a few more homes than they did this year because interest rates are going down, and because sellers that have been on the fence are going to get on with their lives and put their homes on the market. But remember, these sellers are also buyers. So it doesn't mean that we're going to have a glut of properties. It just means that more properties will change hands.
Yeah, I agree. I think more people give up their property when they see that they can get more money for it, which they're going to be able to get more money for it if interest rates drop. Mm-hmm. Okay, will there be a recession next year? If so, how bad? Now, we had 100, remember, there was a 100% chance of recession. In August 2022, they said, there's a 100% chance of recession in the next 12 months. 100% of economists said there's a chance of there'd be over a 50% chance of recession, right? Guess how many recessions we had within a year of August of 2022. Okay, right now, the latest prediction, 76% of economists are saying there is less than a 50% chance of a recession. And although we may have technically a quarter or a couple months of negative, I think at the end of the year when they revise and look at all the numbers, that there won't be a recession. And if there is a recession, it'll be the mildest recession. You won't even know it. Matter of fact, we'll still create jobs.
I'll go with that.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
Okay, next one's yours.
See how agreeable I am?
This is political. Will NAR, National Association of Realtors, still be around at the end of the year?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes. I think that they're going to weather this. Whether
weather what
the storm of the lawsuits
Okay.
and the judgment and all of that.
Okay.
And the reason I say yes is because this is going to take a while to play out. I don't think this will play out in 2024. I think it's going to take longer. So because of that, I think NAR will survive 2024. If you're asking me, is NAR going to be around in its current incarnation in 5 years? I'm less certain of that. But 2024, I think I'll give them a safe.
I think they'll be around. I don't think the business model is going to change, and this is why. Northwest MLS, which is in the state of Washington, years ago, 2019, they completely removed buyer agency from. So when you went on a listing appointment, you said, look, we don't have to pay anything to the other agent. And people would say, well, what happens? Well, we just put it in the MLS we're not offering. So agents, may or may not want to show it. And they said, you know what? We'll pay that. We'll pay the commission. We want to get the house sold. Well, guess what? They found out they're averaging between 5 and 5.5% of a total commission. That's the market. That's what they're getting. Meaning sellers, when given the option, aren't saying, "Oh no, I don't want to pay the buyer agent. Put 0 in there and let's just see what we get." People are incentivizing other agents to bring their clients to incentivize the sale. And I think because of the model isn't broken, I think these lawsuits eventually are going to get either thrown out at appeal, or the amount will be adjudicated so low that nothing will really change. I think the model is not a broken model. Okay. 6, this is mine. Will hedge funds and institutional sellers buy or sell more homes? I predict very slightly they will sell more homes than they buy, because even though rents are probably going to increase a little, I think they will do a little bit of profit taking. We went through a 10-year stretch where 8 of the 10 years they bought way more than they sold. I think they will start to sell some, possibly also because of future government intervention. So I say they'll sell more than they buy.
I agree with you, but maybe for a different reason.
Okay.
I think that they're going to take a look at their portfolios and get rid of non-performing or poor-performing assets. So I think that's going to be part of it. I think the other part is because interest rates are on the decline, and there's so much buyer demand out there, I think that they would have a hard time buying homes and not overpaying for them in an environment where rents are not rising as quickly as they were before. So I think that they're going to tread more carefully and just reevaluate their portfolios, keep assets that are performing well, get rid of assets that don't perform well, and maybe in some markets do a little profit taking. But for the most part, it's not that they're not going to buy anything. I just don't think they're going to buy as much as they're going to sell, because they're going to be adjusting their portfolios.
I like that. That's a good answer. Okay. This is for you. Will there still be buyer agents the way we have them today?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Look, I understand that there are some people out there who don't see a whole lot of value in buyer agents, and that's fine. At the end of the day, there is value in buyer agents. They are more than just glorified door openers, right? They do a lot of legwork for their buyers, particularly the good ones, do a great job. They help their buyers understand the process. They help their buyers through the process. They help their buyers do research that's necessary for them to purchase the home. So let me give you a quick example. We had a buyer in our brokerage last week, and he was purchasing a home that was owned by a hard money lender. So this hard money lender basically did not give any disclosures whatsoever, and this home had solar on it. So this buyer had no idea if the solar was leased, if it was purchased and there were payments against it, if it was owned outright. He had no idea what was going on with it. So it took a buyer's agent to get that sorted out, and that meant looking through the county records, looking at the permits, then reaching out to solar companies to figure out who installed it and what went on. By the time we were done, within 2 days, we had all the permits for the solar. We had all the history of the solar, that some panels had been replaced, some panels had been moved, who installed it, everything that every time the solar company had touched the property, we had all the records, and it was wonderful. Now, a buyer on their own would have had a hard time with that, and that's why a buyer's agent was really useful. So there are definitely a lot of occasions when buyer's agents do a great job for their clients and their service is invaluable.
I was trying to find the chart, but I couldn't find it. It was part of the NAR package that we looked at. We did the NAR stuff for Outlook for next year. But there was a chart in there. 75% of all agents, or of all buyers, said they would definitely use the same agent that they bought the house with if they were going to buy another house. 15% say they probably would use the same agent. And then the last 10% was, I don't know, definitely not, or probably not.
Right.
So you have 90% of the people believing they got some value out of the agent. So I think that's pretty strong. That doesn't mean all agents are good. There's a lot of terrible agents. And when you've sold 3,000 houses like we have all listings, we've seen a bunch of agents on the buyer side we would perfectly happy to never work with again, right?
Right. But
okay.
Most agents I think do a good job and they bring value to the transaction.
Okay. Will AI have any impact on the housing market? Oana and I are startup founders. We have a startup called Referral Cloud. Before that, Homing In. We're very knowledgeable about technology and real estate and how it goes hand in hand. Any technology advance hits real estate almost last. I mean, remember, the internet launched in 93 or 4, and Zillow, really the first online marketplace for real estate, didn't come around to 2006, and there were 0 homes listed on it. It was only a home price estimator tool. That's all it was. So it almost took 14 years after the internet started to get houses on the internet. I mean, other than like MLS feeds and stuff that were really terrible, the real estate will be the last thing that AI does. That they'll be using it for high, like things that they can make money at. But I say that there'll be AI will have 0 impact on real estate, including all the hedge funds. They'll still use human analysts to analyze deals.
I disagree.
Oh, you think there will be AI impact?
I do. I think that there's already AI impact because I think real estate agents are using AI in their marketing and helping design their marketing, compose their marketing pieces. So I think AI is changing the way real estate is done. I think there are companies out there working on training AI models to write offers. I think it's coming, and I think AI touches all of us in different ways. And I do agree with you that real estate is not on the forefront of technology, and part of that is because remember that the average realtor is older than us. That's all I'm going to say, and well, older than one of us anyway. But in all seriousness, yes, I mean. Real estate agents do tend to be older, and that's part of the reason why technology adoption is slower. But AI is making an impact, and you see that particularly with the younger real estate agents who are much more technology savvy, and they're using it to their benefit, particularly in their marketing.
Will there be more or less homes sold by the iBuyer, Flippers, Open Door, and all those companies going forward? I mean, next year compared to this year?
I think that they're going to sell more homes. I don't think they're going to buy more homes.
Okay. I'm going to say the same thing because the model right now doesn't work. It doesn't scale. They've never made money. They say it'll scale, but look, real estate is ultra competitive. You have all these human boots on the ground fighting them for the deals, and they're basically not making money. They're all losing money, which is why I think it's a dying model. I don't think it's going to work. It may work in a couple markets, but it's not going to work because the model makes sense. It's just because in a couple markets. But I think actual flippers in those markets are making money too. So the fact that they can go into a model with a less efficient system and make money doesn't mean the model works. It just means they happen to be a worse competitor. That's my opinion on that. I know a lot about that subject, actually. Okay, will Congress actually ban corporations from buying houses? No.
Short answer, no. I think that they're going to, they're going to talk a lot and do very little, which is kind of what happens, right?
Okay. This one's for you. Will there be more or less foreign investors in next year than how many purchased this year?
I think there will be more.
Okay.
I do. I think that, with the lower interest rates, I think you will see more foreign investors come here, in particular because, interest rates are still higher overseas. And so it's going to make it more appealing to purchase real estate here.
Yeah, I think it'll be more just because there'll be more sales total. I think it'll be just when you have more homes being able to be purchased, I think you'll have, by design, more foreign investors.
Sure.
Home prices aren't really tanking in most parts of the world, so we're still a advantageous market for investors in other countries.
Right.
Okay. More or less cash purchases, I'll answer it this way. As a percentage, there will be less, but there'll be more total because it'll be really close. There'll be a little, like 1% less of cash purchases, but there'll be more total cash purchases. Because what's going to happen is these people who've been pent up waiting to get a house, as soon as they can get a sub like 5% loan with that, VA or whatever, are going to really be aggressive. And I think they'll be able to, I don't think sellers would be like, I'll just take your cash offer because I don't really have any game right now. I think the people will come out and flood the market. And I think they'll push out cash investors that kind of had a really good year this year because they kind of controlled the market. 30% of all purchases were cash.
Right. I agree with you, maybe for a couple different reasons, but I agree with you. I think one of the reasons that you're going to see marginally less cash investors is because people will find better uses for their cash as far as making money on their money.
Okay, this is the last one. Will new home builders build more or less homes than they did this year?
Mine or yours?
It's yours.
Mine. Oh, more homes. More homes. Okay, but when I say more homes, I'm not talking about, something dramatic. Just more homes than this year, which it doesn't take much, right? Because remember, it takes a lot to build homes. It takes a long time. Land acquisition, permits, materials, labor, all of that. So it takes a long time. Yes, they will build more than in 2023 and in 2024, but not substantially more.
Yeah, they built 680,000 homes this year, which is actually not a lot of homes.
Mm-hmm.
All of the publicly traded companies are stating they will build more homes than they built, but their numbers are not, like one of them said they build 62,000 this year and they'll build 68,000 next year.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to build like 12% more. So I think you'll see 800,000 new homes built instead of 680, but it's still not enough to cover. I mean, it's still way short. And I think, it's still going to keep supply at a point where the market's going to be pretty frothy and it's be very competitive. Even buying a new home, I think, is going to be super competitive.
It is. And remember, there's a reason why they do that, because they certainly don't want to cannibalize their own client pool, right? They want to build enough homes to be extremely profitable, which they will be, but not so many that the market can't absorb the homes as quickly as it is economically desirable for them to have that absorption take place.
Yep.
Okay. What did you think? Did you agree, disagree? Let us know in the comments. We appreciate your real estate related comments. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share the video with anybody you think that might be interested in some fun real estate predictions. We appreciate you helping us grow the channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.